All right. Hello, everyone. This is Lemon with Tangerine, aka V, and today we've got I wouldn't say super interesting story, but just something that triggered us. So, yeah, you want to go and tell the world how an old man beat you up?
Okay, he didn't beat me up, yes. Just to clarify that. This is, look at that. I hate old people. I just thinking back at it.
That's a good
No,
start.
I don't know. Thinking back at it, I'm still mad. Like even though it happened like a week ago, I'm still so fucking mad about it. So me and my boyfriend, so Lemon, we're like going home and we had to change like metro station. And there was like a lot of people, right? Fair enough, fine. But then this old man came out of fucking nowhere and he was like flaring his like hand around and he's like, "Oh, move, move, move." And I wasn't even near him. I was so far away from him. I literally moved away so he can pass. This fucker had the audacity to walk towards me, even though I let him pass. And he was waving his hand gladly. I was like, I was like fixing my glasses, so like my hand was blocking my face, and he hit my fucking hand. He's like, move, and then he hit my hand, and then he just like, huh?
Yeah, just to clarify, this man, he was walking his hand in front of him, like at 90 degrees, and he was just like swiping it right and left like crazy. And he wasn't doing it gently to tell people to move up aside. He was literally slapping anyone in his fucking in his
That was
in his way. And she just moved out of the way. Obviously, I moved out. I dragged her with me to the side. This man literally changes direction, like a straight up 90-degree angle. Just turns and slaps her in the hand and just walks off.
no,
It's so stupid.
honestly, my God, like if I wasn't fix like if I wasn't like fixing my glasses, well, actually slapped me in the face. I will have RKO'd that old man. My God, what is wrong with him? I don't understand. Like, why are you being such a bitch for? I moved out of the way for you to walk. There was so much space, and you decided to walk to me and slap my hand.
Like to clarify, this was in the middle of like two metros, one next to the other, and we're walking from one metro to the other. So there was like a bit of traffic. So it's not like you could stop and like have a conversation about anything. Everyone's moving towards the other metro to catch it, and everyone's just like bumping into each other a little bit. But there was still quite a bit of space. And this motherfucker literally just walks towards us and slaps her hand for no reason, and then walks off to catch his metro.
Honestly, no, I'm
It just
sorry.
left me speechless. I had no fucking idea what the fuck he was on.
No, I remember it clear as day. And there was so much space because I moved. He could have just walked to the fucking left, but no, he decided to walk towards me and slap me in the fucking. I hate old people. I hate them so much. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Like, is he jealous that
We're young
that we're young and not old and bitter and fucking
and
wrinkly?
wrinkly and cold on the inside and
Honestly,
outside.
honestly, like
Yeah.
like what did I do? I literally moved for you to have space to go take your goddamn metro, and you had the audacity to goddamn slap me in the goddamn hand. This is just to say, old people have no fucking respect. They're so disrespectful, and they think they can just do anything because they're old and quote unquote wise, but they're not fucking wise. They're
They're
just
fucking
old
idiots.
and
Oh
bitter.
my god.
Oh my God, the number of like old people that I have encountered, and they're just like plain rude, are so it
I feel
triggers
like it's
me.
most of them. It's most of them, honestly.
It,
They
oh
just think like they're so like okay. From one side, I do understand them, right? The older I get, the more I hate people and just don't want to be around them. But
but
it
like you're
doesn't
not
make
being
me
a
rude, you know? It doesn't make me a fucking piece of shit who just hates everyone and just acts in a rude manner, you know? It's just why? They have no respect for anyone. They no regard for human life at all. They're fucking awful.
They are awful. Like all my teacher in high school, so they were like old and they were so like I
Actually, you
just
want to talk
hated
about
them.
those stupid teachers who seek validation from teenagers after this?
Yes. Yes. I have so much things to say about my teachers in high school, and if you guys are watching this, I hope you brought hell. Swear to God, you guys were so bad at teaching, and they all had like they were so narcissistic. Also, like, but okay, that's for like after.
Yeah, as you can tell, we don't really sit like we don't sit and plan our podcast per se. Um, if you do have some tips on how to make it better, by all means. But as far as we can tell, we don't sit and plan it. We literally just fucking
Fuck it, we ball.
yeah,
That's how
exactly. Oh, what was the word? God, I forgot it.
wing it.
Yeah, we wing it. I was gonna say like
We roll with it.
improv. Jesus,
Okay.
the word is improv. Like we just improvise. But yeah, we absolutely wing the shit out of it. So we have no plan on what to talk about in order. So yeah. That
I feel
said,
like it's better like that.
what's up?
No, I feel like it's better like that, than having like a plan list.
Yeah, exactly. Because it doesn't make it feel like a good conversation. A good conversation is one that you can just roll around all over the place and just do whatever the fuck you say, whatever the fuck you want, really.
Mm, yeah. Back to old people. I do not like them. I'm not fond of them.
You may,
Oh,
might you tell me why?
I feel like it's only it's only one. Not old people only, but like every time like I take the bus or like the subway, I encounter like the worst kind of people, and I do not understand why. Like they're the rudest, disrespectful, like people. Like I get it, right? It's the morning or like let's say it's the evening, we come back from work, school, whatever, right? But like still have some decency, right? To
We're talking about old people that are so old they probably don't even have a job anymore. They're probably not allowed to get out of the house because they're so blind they might actually step on someone by accident, or like they're probably incapable of driving. That's why they're in the metro to begin with.
yeah. I'm not really talking about old people. This is like generalizing, but like it's just in general, people that I encounter on the bus or like subway are just the worst kind of people. They're I don't know, they're just so rude and like they don't have manners. It's just I don't know. I really hate taking the metro and like the bus. It's not like I have a choice, so I just have to deal with it.
Yeah. A lot of these people just don't give a fucking shit. They do, like, there's a lot of them that listen to their fucking music out loud. They start watching their dumbass reels that are not even funny on the metro or inside the bus, and they watch it super fucking loud, and it's so
Yeah.
obnoxious.
Like that, like people that also like fights for seat also. Like I was about to give it to you anyways, old lady. You don't need to push me. Like I was about to give it to you. Don't push me. No, not only old ladies, just like people in general. Like let's say like age group of like let's say like 40 plus usually. Like they will fight for that seat. They will kill you for that goddamn seat.
I
I,
literally, like jokes aside, I actually saw an old lady and like a 40-ish-year-old man that looked like an absolute emo teenager from the 2000s fight for a seat. They like two of them came out of like two separate doors, and there was this seat in the middle. It was perfectly in the middle, so they had to run. Like the fucking old lady was running. I have never seen an old lady run before, by the way. And this bitch was actually fucking running towards the seat, and same for the other guy. And then they both bumped into each other, And then the old lady got so pissed they started yelling at each other. She just shoved the guy, and her dumbass shoved him into the seat, so he just sat down. And then she just
Oh,
walked off angrily, like fucking angry walk, stomping her feet and shit. Like, you really don't
honest.
need to fight for a fucking seat. Damn, just stand up for a little. It's like what, tops 30 minutes? You're gonna fucking die. And this goes mainly for the guy who's like in his 40s that looks like a fucking emo child. Like he's just like fine. The old people maybe they have an excuse. Oh, I'm old. I'm sick. I cannot stand for too long. My body is very frail. Maybe they do have an excuse. But some other motherfuckers, like genuinely, like I see a lot of women in their 40s and above, like you said, they
Mhm.
just fucking fight for that thing
Yeah,
as if their
exactly.
life depends on it. And it's mainly women. I don't know. Like maybe I'm just biased, but like I always only ever see women do that shit, and it's so fucking stupid.
Honestly, like the the ratio of like women to like men, I don't know, from like the buses that I take and like the metro I take are usually higher. So I guess
Honestly,
like
yeah, maybe that makes sense. I mean, plus I did say I did see one like the fucking guy fight the old lady, right? But still, like generally speaking, it's usually like old women that fucking fight for that seat as if their life depends on it. It's as if they had their entire life savings on that chair, and if you sit on it, all their life savings are fucking burnt. They burnt their house, their family,
I
and they fight for that shit like crazy.
don't know. I feel like maybe it's because of like the usually what I see is usually like immigrant like women's, I guess. Yeah, I don't really see like a lot of, I guess, like white people on the metro or bus. Maybe it's just,
Yeah, they're too high class.
yeah, exactly. It's a high class.
It's a joke, by the way, but
But
yes.
like I feel like usually like in immigrant family, like the woman doesn't know how to drive a car usually, and usually like the family only have
I
one
don't think it's
car.
because they don't know how to drive a car. I think it's because they don't bother getting a new license, even if they had a license back in their country. Like they
Mm,
don't bother getting a new license in here because you have like a lot more rules in comparison.
mm. Like it might be like usually like immigrant family is so like you guys are all this. It's not like you guys are rich, right? You're just like middle class. So usually it's like what one car. And usually it's a husband that take the car, to get to work and stuff like that. And usually like immigrant women like, stay at home mom or something. So maybe that's why they take the bus. And that's why I see them so like in such a high like
Such a high volume. I feel like
the
this
volume.
generalizing into the area you live in though.
Yeah, honestly, maybe
Like
it's
you're
just
just
the area
looking.
I live in.
Yeah,
Honestly, yeah.
like it sounds
It's
like too
pro
specific. Immigrant women, they all
yeah.
stay at home. The husband has one car and he takes it.
That is definitely like where the area.
Yeah, yeah,
But yes,
exactly. I feel like you're just specifically to the area. Anybody
yeah,
wants to know where she lives, you already have a lot of clues.
yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, is my area. But yes, if we're talking about my area mainly, it's usually immigrant women, like 40 and above, that will fight for that seat, that will kill for that fucking seat. And I do not understand why. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, let's say you're like 40 something, right?
Mhm.
You're still somewhat healthy, though.
You think? Look at them. They look like they just want to fucking end it all. Have
You
you
know
seen?
what? Fair enough.
Like they're fat. They're fucking done with life. They probably had more than one child already, and they just want to fucking like finish it all. Like I can understand their exhaustion, right? But I don't think it's worth being an absolutely like despicable piece of shit. He's just like straight up unbearable fucking cunt about it.
Yeah, wait.
Like and like I've also been in situations where like I've been sitting inside the subway. I've grabbed the seat because from the stop I take until the place I want to go, it's quite a long way. And there wasn't anyone sitting, so I just grabbed the seat. and then it gets crowded, and then like a not even an old lady. Honestly, I don't even feel like calling them old lady. They're still, like you said, relatively healthy. They look
Yeah.
completely fine, right? But then these bitches just fucking start yelling at me because I'm working on my computer on one chair. Like, not like I'm taking more than one chair, right? I'm not a fucking piece of shit. I'm just sitting on my computer. I'm trying to get some work done in the subway because I don't like wasting my time in there. And this bitch just fucking starts yelling at me, like, "Hey, like, let me sit." I'm like, okay, like, no, why? Literally, like, there is a priority, right? Fine, old people. Okay, I can agree to that. Like, an old person comes in, I can concede my chair for them, right? Especially if you're sitting in like reserved chairs. Sometimes they have like a reserved area, and I make sure not to do that because I know some cunts are gonna come at me for no good fucking reason.
Yeah.
So like if you're an old person, someone who's hurt or injured, right? Or like a pregnant lady, it's completely understandable. I wouldn't really mind, especially if I'm sitting in a
Actually,
reserved
pregnant
chair.
ladies also. I sort of like I see so
Sometimes
many
I
like
can't even tell if they're from fucking fat or pregnant.
no,
Like
no, no, no. I mean like that's like these fucking like a woman like 40 plus. They will like fight for that chair, but then another woman would come in and she's like
Mhm.
clearly like pregnant, and they refuse to give the chair to like the pregnant lady, and I'm here like, bro, like. I do not understand. You have been pregnant once, right? You know how it feels like. Like lend your chair to her. And they
Yeah.
refuse to lend the chair to her. And I'm here like, oh my god, I feel so fucking bad. Like, do
Yeah,
it. You're like, I don't give a shit. You're 40, right? You're not fucking dying. Clearly, you still look fucking healthy. Just lend
right.
your chair to this
You're not
pregnant
even
woman.
injured or anything like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Like, just lend your chair for this pregnant lady. I swear to God. Like, if the bus breaks too fast, she will fall on her fucking stomach and the kid will die, and that's on you. Just lend her your chair.
Fucking
It's so
free
fucking
abortion.
oh,
You want to get an abortion? Get on a fucking subway and then don't let anyone tell you that you can take a seat.
I just hate it. I don't know. It's just so fucking annoying. And like clearly they know the lady is pregnant, right? And they just avoid eye contact and they just like look down or look somewhere else, so that
Mhm.
so like they can keep their fucking chair. It's so God, I hate it.
Actually, like another instance of me like losing my shit because of someone being fucking retarded. I had this old couple. So okay, for some context, the subway I take has like a door, right? And then once you enter into the door, there are two seats, right, for like people to sit next to each other. Two seats on one side of the door and two seats on the other side of the door. So it's kind of like balanced out, you know. Each cart has like three doors, and it's pretty well separated so that everyone has a seat, and it's pretty symmetrical, I guess, from how, like, if you cut it halfway.
Mhm.
And so I go into the metro. There are plenty of seats, and I mean like there's plenty. It was practically fucking empty. I sit on one of the chairs that is right next to the door. By the way, no reservation sign or anything like that that says to old, injured, or whatever. Right.
Mhm.
So I sit on one of them, and this old man starts giving me shit because I sat right next to the chair near the door, while the chair on the other side of this door, exact same one, is empty. Like, bro, can you only stand on the right side, or like what the fuck?
No,
He
I
starts
swear to
giving me
God.
shit for it instead of just going to grab his own seat. I'm like, what do you want from me? He's like, this is fucking reserved for old people. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, okay, you want to take this one? He's like, no, you already took it. What the fuck? Jesus, calm the fuck down. Like, what the fuck are you on? Oh my
Bro, I
god, I
feel like they
hate those
just want to
people.
start. I feel like because they have nothing going on in their life, so they just want to like start shit around them. I swear to God, that I honestly think that's the only reason. Apart from that, like, why are you being such like a piece of shit? Like, it's not hard to be nice and be respectful. You choose to be a fucking piece of shit,
For
and
real.
you choose to like be angry. That's not my fucking fault.
It's probably because they failed in their lives, honestly. They haven't done anything that's meaningful and they're coming to an end to their lives. And now they're suddenly realizing, oh fuck, I'm dying and not leaving anything worthwhile behind. Nobody's gonna remember me. And then they start shitting on everyone so that people remember them for shitting on them at least. I respect
Yeah,
that. uh,
disrespect those fucking old hags.
Honestly, they're fucking idiots though. Like, what the hell? You're supposed to be role models, right? Like, whenever you see like a movie or you just generally speaking, we're talking about old people. They're supposed to be role models that have a lot of experience in life, that are wise, that are supposed to show you like how to act as an actual adult with a lot of life experience. And yet, I see some of these people in the real world, and I mean like most of them. Very rarely do I see like old people that are actually respectful and smart. But that's because we're looking at like the subway a lot, and actual people who are respectful and wise have actually done something with their lives and are actually retired or have a car. Like I honestly don't know. If maybe that's it. But a lot of these fucking cunts I look at, they're straight up fucking failures. They seem fucking angry and bitter about their fucking miserable failure of a life, and then they just decide to shit on everyone else. And they, for some fucking reason, they think they're all high and mighty and expect your respect and your fucking like like they expect you to put them on a fucking silver platter as if they're the fucking as if they're like a valuable resource in society or some shit while being absolute fucking unbearable cunts. They're obnoxious, stupid, and fucking useless if you ask me. And yet like they act as if they deserve your respect, they deserve your attention. Like no, you don't fuck. Like you want my respect? No, like you're gonna have to earn it. You can't just come in here
Honestly,
and tell me that I have to respect you just because you're fucking old. No, you have to earn it one way or another. Like obviously I have a base of respect, right? Like I respect everyone at a basic level because if I don't know you, I have no reason to disrespect you, right? Like just act like a decent human being and have a bit of like respect towards other people. But there is no reason for you to act all high and mighty and expect me to like have 15 times the respect for you that I have for a random fucking person just because you're older. That makes no sense to me.
honestly.
Like some of these, like some of the people argue, like, oh, it's because they're old. They've already contributed to society so much. They, motherfucker, I bet if they contributed to society, they would be at least gratified with their lives, and they wouldn't be acting like such genuine idiots. And if they're idiots at this age, I bet they were not even smart enough to contribute in any meaningful way throughout their entire fucking lifetime.
Like if like how did you become so fucking better? Like like if throughout your lifetime, right? I don't know, like you said that you contribute to society or like you were successful, right? You wouldn't be that much of a fucking like bitch as you grow older because you're like, oh, I went through these phases, right? Like I went through like teenagehood, adulthood, right? I would want to be respected when I was a teenager in adulthood. So as I grow older, I should also show the same respect to people that are like younger.
Oh,
But no,
would you look at you? You're such a reasonable person. Unfortunately for us, these people are not reasonable by any measure, which is just sad.
oh, that's why I hate my culture sometimes. My culture is like, oh, you have to respect your elders. Like even if they're rude to you or like or I don't know, they're disrespectful to you, you still need to respect them and like, you know, talk adequately to them because they're old, which I find fucking bullshit. Like, I don't know, throughout like my life as a
Mhm.
kid, like every older person will literally call me like fucking like stupid, arrogant and shit like that. And I would just like take it. I was like, oh, because they're old. I guess they're right. But now that I'm older, fuck you guys. You guys are not my family, right? You guys are fucking pieces of shit. You guys made me insecure and fucking have no self-confidence. I hate them. I fucking hate them. Oh my god. I can't believe I actually believed them as a kid because my parents keep
Yeah,
telling
like
me. Like,
Like,
oh,
oh,
they're old. Like, they're old. You should like respect them because they're your elders. You know what? They can suck my dick. That's what.
yeah, fucking suck on these bows, bitch. Like again, we have a basic level of respect for everyone, right? But if you're a piece of shit, like that just automatically makes you just a regular piece of shit. That doesn't make you a piece of shit that I respect, does it? Like, if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. Like nobody fucking likes that.
Honestly, it's like,
I don't care.
it's like my. Now we can go on to like the teachers. It's like my teachers in my high school. They're like,
Ah,
oh,
yes.
they're like, oh, uh, we respect you guys, so you guys can respect us also. So they're like, oh, so it's like a mutual respect, right? It's
Yeah,
never
that's what
true.
they
They
say at
never
least.
respected. They never respected the student. They treated the student like trash, and they think they were like better than the students. Like, why are you comparing yourself to like teenagers? Why are you comparing yourself to like 15 years olds and like 16-year-old like kids? I did not understand it. I remember there was
Miserable.
like I remember there was like this one like guy in my classes, like
Mhm.
from second from like throughout like whole high school. And he was kind of like just like the punching bag of like he was like the teachers like punching bags. Like like the first like few like grades, like the first few years of high school, it was like kind of funny, right? Because you were young and all. But then when you became like a senior, that's when you realize, oh, that's like kind of fucked up what the teacher did to this guy. It was kind of sad actually. The guy was actually like really smart. It's just that kind of like the clown, I guess, of the class. So he would
Mhm.
make jokes and whatever. And just because like he makes a lot of jokes, right? The teacher think he's like just plain like stupid. So, and I don't know, I remember like this one class. It was like science class. And I don't know, he was like actually like trying to like learn.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I don't know what happened exactly, but he just laughed at something. But everyone was laughing. But like for some reason, the teacher like specifically targeted him, and then he kicked the guy out of the class. I don't know.
That's fucking stupid.
No, exactly. There was like a lot of teacher that did this like to this one guy.
The
Like I don't know, I
punching
just
bag of society.
no exactly. I don't know. I felt so bad.
No, like, honestly, like some teachers are straight up fucking idiots. Like they appoint them like teachers in high school, but these people are so fucking insecure about themselves. They actually like actively compare themselves, or maybe not actively, but like subconsciously compare themselves to teenagers, and then they feel jealous. Like they just like develop a jealousy against certain people, and they just start hating on them and giving them shit for no good fucking reason. Or just because it's like someone is funny in the classroom, like they're telling me like, oh, I wasn't funny. I still am are not funny. Yeah, well, fuck this guy. He can't be funny in my class. Get the fuck out of here. I feel like this kind of what like the thought process behind them, or at least the sub process behind it, or they
But
just
yeah,
think that the person is disrespecting them just by making jokes, like the guy you mentioned. Well, sometimes they're not even disrespectful of the teacher. They're simply, there to have some fun inside class. But the teachers are just too rigid, fucking idiots.
exactly. And like I don't know, the way like they treated the student also wasn't like was straight up disrespectful. It's like that one English teacher that I had. Oh, I still think like sometimes like some memory just like come back from like high school, and
I'm
my
getting all
god, I should have
flashbacks.
no honestly, I should have punched her in the goddamn face. She was like an English teacher, and like she hated the French language. I mean, like fair enough, right? I also hate the French language. It's just okay, not really the French language, but like French people. But I'm
Yeah,
going,
we'll talk about French people
yeah,
some other time. And it's not
yeah.
all French people. It's more like uh, a group. But anywho, we're gonna talk about that some other time. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, she really hated the French language, and she's like, "Oh, English is superior." and she's like, "Oh, I don't understand why like we don't have like English as like the main language, whatever." And she will always favor like the anglophone of the class, like the people that are really good at English. She always fucking favored them, and because English is like my third language. I wasn't really good at it, and also because like primary school like failed us at teach. They failed us at teaching English from like grade 1 to grade 6. It was always the same English teacher, and all she could teach to us was like, "Oh, this is a pen, this is a pencil, and this is a binder." Every single year was the same shit. So I learned jack shit from English. This is like the only word that I fucking knew was like pen,
Same, same.
pencil, pencil case. And with that knowledge, I went to high school.
With that knowledge, I may now proceed to get myself a high-paying job. This
No,
sounds like being a
honestly,
fucking president nowadays. Like fucking hearing Joe Biden speak sometimes.
no, honestly. So yeah, so with that knowledge, right? I went to high school. Like there's this limited knowledge on English. I went to fucking high school. Oh my god, the teacher hated the people that didn't speak like English well. And I remember like every Monday we'll have like English, and she was like, "Oh, everyone will like everyone would tell us about like their weekends and what they did."
Mhm.
And it came to my turn, and then I don't know, I remember I said like instead of saying my mother and I said me and my mother, and then she just screamed at me. She was like, "Oh, what are you?"
Ah,
No,
ah.
literally. She was like, "Oh, what are you in kindergarten? Me and mommy? What are you like 9?"
Me and mommy. What are you stupid? Stupid.
Yeah, that was like me and my mother. I didn't know it was like my mother and I because I never learned the grammar, right? And she didn't even bother goddamn teaching it anyways. Oh my god, what a fucking failure of a teacher. And then I was on the verge of fucking crying. Like everyone's looking at me now. She's screaming at me. She called me a fucking like kid. But oh my god, bless this girl behind me. She just like whispered the answer. I will still remember you. You are the fucking goat. Oh my god.
Okay, and the fairy fairy godmother right behind you.
No, honestly. And then like she whispered the answer and I said it. And then like the teacher just rolled her eyes at me. Oh my god. I still
Oh,
remember it. No,
oh,
honest.
you
I
dumb
hated
bitch.
her.
It took you a
I
while.
honestly I hated her so fucking much. Oh yeah, dumb bitch. Fuck you. You're an English teacher in a goddamn high school and you're balding. Who's really winning now? Bitch.
Ah yes, a fucking woman balding.
Yeah, she was fucking
Oh
balding.
no! Speaking of balding women,
Yeah.
I remember. I'll always remember this one old lady in the bus. The first bus I've ever taken. I was like what 13, 12. Like the first bus I've ever taken here, I guess. There was this really old lady, and she was like a fucking half balding. She had like the bald spot on top with hair all around, just like like a fucking 50-year-old man who never bothered like shaving his hair, even though he has no hairline. And then she had like really long strands of hair on her fucking chin. They made it look like a beard. And I could not stop pointing at her while everyone else was looking at me. And I was like, look, look. I should. Great memories, honestly. Good times.
So mean. She probably fucking killed herself.
I mean, she was dying anyway.
Oh my god, I will have taken that so fucking personal if like a 13-year-old kid fucking made fun of me
I was fucking
on
autistic. I
the
still am,
bus.
I think.
Yeah.
But like Jesus. Like I had no concept of fucking like social awareness. I just fucking pointed at her continuously while my sisters were trying to hide their fucking heads as if I don't fucking I'm not with them. And I'm just there like fucking pointing like, oh look, she's got a beard. She's got a beard. She's balding. She's got a beard.
Oh,
Shit fucking hilarious. Like every time I remember. I still remember her face. Ah, God bless that woman. I hope she's alright. Probably not, but whatever. It's been like what 8 years now.
Mm. Yeah, no, I am not blessing my English teacher. I hope she got fired from her goddamn job. My God, she was such a bad teacher. And I remember, like, at the end of the year, I think we had like a petition also.
Hmm.
Like, all the students wanted her to get like fired because she was just such a bad teacher. And I think we got like a lot of like signature on it, but like the director, it's not like he can just fire her, right? Because
Sure, he
he
can.
cannot.
Why not?
I mean, because he cannot find like another like teacher to like replace her. So, we're just like stuck with her. Like,
That sucks.
I hated that bald head bitch. I hope she lost all. So annoying. And then like she was so fucking stupid also. Like the no, legit.
Alright,
Like not only
you're so stupid.
no, like not only she was like a bad teacher, she was rude and she was balding, but she was also stupid. Like choose a fucking struggle. You cannot have like all four.
Like,
But
choose
anyways,
choose a fucking disability. Fuck. God damn.
but yeah, I remember there was like one of the students. She wasn't fluent in English at all,
Hmm.
and she failed the writing exam. But then we had like another writing exam like 3 weeks after it. And so
Hmm.
what she did, she just like wrote the text like in French and then like translated to English, and she just like memorized it. And like on the exam, she just like wrote what she memorized. So she
Sure.
went from like a 40%, I think, to like a 70%. And then the teacher like congratulated her. She's like, "Oh wow, you worked so hard," and stuff like that. And then I'm like, how can you be so stupid? How can a person like in 3 weeks went from 40 to like a 70% in English, even though she was like not fluent in English like at all. And she thinks it's because of
ChatGPT.
her. No, yeah. We didn't have that back in my days.
Back in my day, I used to climb 15 mountains while storms rained fucking meteors on us. I love those memes. Back in my
So
day.
yeah.
Back in my day, I used to fucking fight 15 Nazis on my way to school and another 15 back my way home.
Actually, I can say that actually to like our future kid. Back in my days, I need to fucking climb a mountain to get to my school. Just
Just
so
because
that
the fucking skull actually has like a little bit of a hill.
no, mountain, not hill, a
I mean, technically, yeah,
mountain.
it is built on a massive fucking mountain hill. It's okay. It's a hill. It's just a massive hill, like a very,
Mhm.
very massive hill.
A really inclined goddamn hill. My God.
Yeah, for real. This shit is like fucking 70 degrees inclined upwards. Fucking leg day every day in our school.
Well, that I was like, my leg actually hurt. But yeah, I had to climb a hill, and just like this Friday, no, not this Friday, like just 2 days ago, a branch almost fell on me. It was rough. It was
It was
icy. It
not
was
easy,
cold.
but look at me now. I went through
Exactly.
all that shit. I'm still alive. I feel like I'll use the pandemic as a good. Back in my day, I used to fight zombies on my way to fucking school.
Yeah, we had to wear a fucking hazard suit, but it's just like
Exactly.
mask.
Yeah, we had like a hazmat suit that we had to wear instead of just the mask, like you said. We had to fucking, we had to keep distance between us. The entire landscape was completely empty. You could not be outside without dying from the virus, but I took the risk because I knew what came with it. Success. A lot of success. Meanwhile, has like a fucking, he couldn't even retire because he had a shit job his entire life. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck were we talking about before we got sidetracked?
Oh
But
yeah,
back
my
in my
stupid
day,
English teacher.
yeah, exactly. So like, honestly, fuck my
Yeah,
teacher. I also had like similar teachers like that. And the worst part about them is not even that they're bad teachers, is that they seek
No,
validation from
no,
teenagers.
they are fucking bad teachers.
No,
But
exactly. I'm just
yeah.
saying they are. That's not even the worst part about them, though.
Oh,
The
okay.
worst part is just the fact that they seek validation from fucking children. Like, what the fuck are you on about, bro? Like, they're children, clearly. Like they don't know what the fuck they're on. They're stupid. They don't even make proper decisions, and you're out here seeking validation from popular kids. Like your life depends on it. Like, no, it's just embarrassing, honestly. Like you're supposed to be giving them be a role model, and so that they seek validation from you, if anything. But no, it's not the opposite. Such
Hmm.
idiots.
Like I was saying, because like this girl had like a boost of like 30%,
Hmm.
she thought it was like, oh, because she was such a good teacher. Man,
Oh yes, automatically yes. I'm so fucking good. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I'm
yo,
so awesome.
I'm 100% sure that's what she was thinking.
I'm so fucking awesome.
Like, oh my god, I'm so good at teaching. My god, no, she didn't teach jack shit.
What the fuck did
She
she
didn't
do in
teach.
class anyway?
I don't fucking remember. She just humiliated. Like,
Fucking has a reverse humiliation kink.
no, honestly, all she liked was like humiliating the kids that didn't like talk English well.
A pedophile
And
with a reverse humiliation kink. Okay, my
no,
bad.
honestly, though, what the fuck was wrong with her? Like, oh my god, I dreaded coming to like that English class. I hated every second of it. But like, and like every class is, sh- I don't even think we did grammar. We barely did any grammar. We barely learned any fucking grammar, like syntax or like whatever. All we did was just like watching movies, like every fucking English teacher like do
I mean, at
orals.
least you enjoyed it. It
I
wasn't even good
guess.
movies, I know, but still.
Yeah, exactly. Orals presentation. Or like just like talking in groups and stuff like that. Or what else? Like reading, yeah, reading books. And then we have like writing exams and stuff like that. It's just, oh my god, I hated her. I still hate her. I hope she's not in that goddamn like high school anymore. She was so bad. And then she had the audacity to like
Mhm.
fail me, even though like I tried so hard. And then she called like my dad in, and then she was like, "Oh, like your kid isn't really good at English. She should like read books. She should like watch thing in English and some stuff like that." And I don't know the way she talked to my dad. Also, my God, I did not like it. And then after like
Was she
the
flirting with
teacher like
him?
no, I don't know. I don't know. She was just rude and arrogant. And then like after the parent teacher conference was done, we walked out of like the class, and then my dad was like, "Your teacher's a fucking bitch." I was like, "Right, right." She is a bitch. And then my dad was
Dad of
like,
the Year fucking award goes to.
"Yeah." My dad was like, "Fine, we're gonna take the teacher like advice, but fuck her." I was like, "Thank you." Goddamn whore.
Sounds stupid.
And like sometimes, like I don't know, sometimes me and my brother while we like eat like at the dinner table, we talk about a teacher, and like you know, I would talk about like my English teacher, and my dad still remembers her, and he
She
was
was
like,
that much of a bitch.
"Yeah, exactly." And my dad was like, "Oh, she was such a bitch." So
I
I
don't know, I
have
have
like
like.
that English teacher, and I have like another like the other one was like a French teacher. My her she keeps talking about her two sons every single classes. She keep like boasting about them and flexing them. But honestly, we did not give her shit. Like we had
Dude, can
a
I just say, um, like we still see the aftermath of the bad English teacher in your fucking English sometimes, but you, my bad.
yes, clearly she didn't teach me anything. I had to learn through like movies and like no through movies through YouTube and going
Video
to like an
games.
English video games and going through to like English like was it college and university. Till this day, I still did not learn English like 100%.
That's
I just
alright.
learned from like how people talk.
I'll help you out if you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it when you fucking help me out. Like every time I say this motherfucker, I swear to God, every time I say
Hey,
something
excuse
wrong,
me, I'm
this
just really
fucking
good at
no
language.
no
Fuck you.
this nerdy ass bitch. She's like, actually, you said it wrong.
You did though.
Actually, shut up. I hate it. Like, fine, you can correct me, right? But I don't know the
Yeah,
way you
I'm
do
trying to
it
help.
sometimes.
Like, what do you mean? I'm just like, yeah. By the way, it's this, not that. You know. I'm just correcting you. I'm not trying to be a bitch about it. It just like it's inherent to the correction to sound like a bitch. You know. Like it's just an inherent
No,
property
hell
of
no.
correcting people.
You can't do it without sounding like a bitch. But
No, you
everybody,
cannot. That's what I'm telling you. It's an
no, you
inherent
can.
property. Every
You
time you
can.
correct someone, it's unavoidable to fucking sound like a bitch. It's unavoidable. You
No,
automatically sound like a bitch every time you fucking try to correct somebody. I dare you to try and correct somebody without sounding like a bitch. You can be the nicest about it. Like, I apologize in advance for my for what I'm about to say, but I would like to suggest the idea that maybe you might have pronounced that wrong, or like you wrote that in an improper manner. Who would you would you like my assistance in correcting that? Even if you said it in those exact words, you'd still sound like a bitch.
yeah. But every time he corrects me, it's just oh my, it triggers me so goddamn much. It's just
Sounds
like
like a
that.
you problem.
No, how about you? Stop goddamn correcting me. You know what I mean anyway. But the
Fuck
way
it,
he
whatever.
does it, no, the way it's just the way you do it, like those nerdy me, like actually, but like the glasses.
Actually,
You push your glasses like, actually, isn't it?
says the one with the glasses.
Yeah,
I
but
don't have fucking glasses. Yeah, exactly.
maybe you need them, you blind ass.
Fine. But actually, speaking like going back to teachers, I remember I had like two teachers that were noteworthy. Honestly, um, one of them wanted me to go to MIT, and I failed him. That's not one of them. That's like, uh, what was the one that the second one I was going to talk about? Okay, one that's definitely like worth a mention is that hot ass fucking teacher in like the senior year in high school. She was so fucking hot. She was like what 23, I think, or 22, while we were like 17 or something.
we never
God
had
damn.
like we never had like hot. How do we call them?
He
Like
was
teacher and
teacher
like
assistant.
training. Yeah,
Yeah.
teachers. Well,
But yeah, no,
people that are like
she actually
will
got the
be
job as a teacher. She was so hot. No, just kidding. She actually spoke good English and she taught better than the teacher we had prior. But she was so fucking hot. Everyone wanted to ask her on a dance for a dance. I mean, during the prom.
we never had like hot teachers. It was like this one gym teacher actually. It was like actually the first gym teacher that was like actually like fit and not like fat.
What?
And he
In
like
high school?
yeah, and he actually
No way.
like every was it every beginning of like the school year because like it's still like hot outside. We will have like the what was it the 20 kilometer like run. He will like actually
20
run with
kilometer
us.
run?
Is it 20? Or was it
No, but you can't
two?
even run two. Yeah, you were complaining about it because it was 2 kilometers. You out here telling me it's 20 kilometers
Okay,
traveling
2 kilometers.
across the fucking
I don't
city?
remember. For some reason, I just remember like the number 20.
There was no 20. It's 2.0 kilometers.
Okay, you know what, man?
And you couldn't even run that much. You tell me you ran 20 kilometers? Get the fuck out of here.
Fair enough. 2 kilometer
And you
run.
tell it, okay, what was the average time you did 20 kilometers in that case? You're gonna tell me like what,
I
15
don't know.
minutes?
Yeah,
Exactly.
actually,
Actually, I'm the fastest
yeah,
man alive. My name
exactly.
is Tangerine, and I'm the fastest woman on on Earth.
Okay, fine. If it's the 2 kilometer run, it will actually run it with us. And when we like play sport, we'll actually play sport with us also. That's pretty young actually. I think it was like 25. And my God, all the girls were like thirsting over him. I remember there was like I think there was like in my class there were like I think these like three popular girls I think or four. they were all wearing like revealing stuff or like really like tight.
Trying to get him into fucking pedo trouble.
No,
I like him so much. Let me just get him in trouble.
like I remember like usually like the first I think it was the first week of school because we didn't know he was a teacher, right? They were dressed like like kind of loose thing, like baggy joggers, like baggy t-shirt.
Expecting a
And then
fat
like
ass.
but the second week, oh no, they changed their fucking gym outfit. It was like tight leggings, real like tight shirt, so you can like see the curvature. Like you can
What
literally
curvature
see
be
it.
their teens?
You'd be fucking surprised. Okay, they're like they're like white people and like Latinas, right? So like
what were you saying? You might fall in under the pedophilia just for saying that teenage
yes.
girls are curvy.
What do you mean? Some teenage girls are though. It's just like they're
Ah,
more developed.
it sounds like you're a fucking pedo to me.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I
What do you
don't
mean?
know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? I'm not saying like, oh damn, they were so thick. I'm just saying they're like curvy. That's it. Like they had curves. They're just more
I don't
developed
know. I
than
feel
the
like
rest.
calling someone curvy and saying that they have curves is two different things. Like, damn, she looks so curvy. You know?
I no, I feel like it's just because like people ruin the word like thick also.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like
Thick, fucking tree
yeah,
trunks.
exactly. It's like thick, curvy. The word daddy also. It's just ruined because of like the
People
internet.
over sexualizing it. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But
it's
yeah,
fine.
but yeah, like I was saying, we had
Oh,
just
I
like that
remember.
one hot gym teacher that the girls were like thirsting over. But then after that, they found out that he had a girlfriend, and they
Oh,
were sad.
thank God for him. So they don't fucking try to get him into more trouble than they already tried. But yeah, I remember like two teachers that were honestly kind of noteworthy. One of them because absolutely fucking retarded move I've done as a teenager. I was like what 13 I think when I first yeah 13 14 or something like that when they said that. I was no I think it was 15 or 16. Anyhow, I was fucking retarded and I did not know how to check my sources properly. So yeah, so like, you know how you do when you do research, you have to check your
Ah,
sources
you mean like the
properly. Yeah,
references?
I did not check yeah, exactly. My references were, let's say, not even subpar. They were just trash. Like my source was complete dog shit. It was Urban Dictionary, but anywho, like the same dictionary that like defines happy tapioca as
Yeah.
as putting your face in pudding and getting butt fucked. So yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna tell you that story later. First of all, um, my French teacher, no, yeah, exactly. My French teacher who wanted to teach us about how to write an argument on a paper. You know how to debunk someone else's arguments before they make them. You know, like whenever you're argumenting, you need to debunk someone else's arguments in order for
Mhm.
them to not have anything to argue. So you debunk them before they even have the chance to argue that argument.
Mhm.
And this dumb bitch showed us, like you know the movie 8 Mile from Eminem, Eminem, yeah, yeah.
No, but yeah, what
You
about it?
never watched 8 Mile?
No,
Oh my fucking god. Anywho, point is there is this last rap battle. I'm gonna make you watch that movie. Anyway, there's this
no.
final rap battle, and it's a very vulgar movie, right? And he just like debunks everything that the guy has done to him. You know, I feel like telling you to watch it right now. Honestly, do it. It's like a 4 minute rap
No,
battle.
no, it's
You have
fine.
for you to
No,
get
it's
some
fine.
context.
No, I don't care. It's fine.
Okay, fine. It was super vulgar and it was fucking hilarious because this dumb bitch thought that she was cool by showing us something that we might be able to relate to, you know, and which is rap. That is vulgar. And then, like as she played the video, the man just started cursing. Yeah, sure, you might have fucked my girl, but I'm still here screaming, "Fuck you, free world," or some shit like that, right? And and the teacher was just fucking stunned as if she didn't fucking see it before. And she just was there like stun locked by how vulgar the guy was. She just showed that to teenagers as a professor. I, I don't know if she got reported or not, but that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen a prof do. She literally did not know what she was in for. I bet that was like a recommendation from someone and she got fucking pranked into doing it. But anyway, so that was one. And the second one is, like I said, me not checking my sources properly. So, like, Urban Dictionary, I remember at the time had like definition of the word cunt. It said that the word cunt back in the 1600s meant beautiful woman. and
No.
and I called my English teacher a cunt. And then she's like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, by the way, it meant fucking beautiful woman in the hundreds." And like, she's like, "Are you sure about that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it in this." Then she looked at the fucking source and she's like, uh, I think that's by far the dumbest thing I have done in my fucking life." I
Was
called
you
an English
wanted to
teacher.
call? Yeah.
No, no, I
Wait, but
literally
you
called her a cunt.
no, but you wanted to say that your English teacher is beautiful?
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to tell her, like, compliment her because I was really friendly. What the heck? I called her a cunt. That shit fucking killed me. Like, after I was so fucking embarrassed. I cannot see her again in my whole life. Really like that teacher. I will never be able to face her again after the fucking humiliating, how humiliating that was. I just called her a
Oh my
fucking cunt because I
god.
didn't check my
Oh
sources
my,
properly.
that reminds me of the story, the Reddit story. Um, okay, it was a
Sorry.
Reddit story that we've read. It was also a guy. He was like 12 years old or something like that, like 13, and he had like an English
Yes.
teacher.
Was it Polish? Where's he
No,
from?
no, it was
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian. He was
Y-
Scandinavian, I think.
Well, there's like a
And
lot of fucking countries, isn't it? Scandinavia. It's all the North European countries. But
yeah, I don't
anywho,
fucking
was he
I
was
don't
he
fucking
Swedish? I think. No, I'm pretty sure
no,
he
no,
said
he
he was
was not
Polish or
Swedish. No, he was not. Was
Slovakia.
he
I think he was Slovakia
Slovakia? There we
or
go.
Slovenia or Slovakia. Anywho, one of the two countries there.
And he was an immigrant, and he had his English teacher, and he really liked his English teacher. And I think was this for Easter? Yeah. So like Easter, they had a tradition, and I don't know which country it was, but the tradition is that you had to go door by door and drench your woman in water and whip them.
Yeah, so by
I
the way,
don't
this is
remember
like the
why.
coolest tradition ever. If anyone knows what tradition this is, I'll be more than glad to move to that country. I'd love to wet women and whip them every fucking year. And they said it's what was it, to protect them from evil spirits or some shit.
No, like what was it? I think like whipping them was to yeah, like chase away the evil spirit, and
Yeah,
wetting
exactly.
them
So like
so
you
that
throw a
like
bucket of water on them and you whip them, which is just pretty stupid.
no,
But anywho.
something like that. And they also spray perfume on them. Something like I think it's perfume plus water equals like, oh, like so that they can preserve the beauty or something like that.
Honestly, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah,
That
you want
sounds
to go
like a
better
fucking
girl? Yeah.
shut the fuck up. That sounds like a tradition
Yeah.
made by fucking frat bros, just to fucking put women in drenched clothes and whip them and have some fucking fun. I'm absolutely fucking down.
So yeah, so like the guy wanted to do that to his teacher, right? Because he really likes his teacher and it's his like tradition, I guess. So I don't even know how, but I guess he stalked his teacher because he found the teacher apartment. He rang the doorbell and like with a really broken English. I don't know, I still remember the conversation, like and the way he wrote it. It was just so funny. Like he rings the doorbell and then he's like, "Oh, I am." And like,
She's
who
like,
is it?
"Hello, who is this? I am.
And she's like, "Oh."
It is I."
Oh
No,
yeah,
it
he
was
says
it is I.
hi. Oh no, my God, that should fucking kill me. And then she's like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, it's you. She opened the door. And then he just kind of like explained her like his tradition. And
But
he
with
just
really
like,
broken English, I
yeah,
must
he's like,
what like what was it? I must drown you or some shit and whip
yeah,
you.
yeah, he something like, "Oh, yeah, I must like drown you and then whip you and put perfume." And then she's like, oh wow, it's because like I smell bad or something like that. And he's like, I don't remember what he did, but he started like, you know, putting water on her, and then he was also chanting a poem as he was whipping his English teacher.
As if it's
And
a
then
fucking ritual.
exactly, and then after that, they're done. And like the teacher is like dying of like laughter, and he sprayed perfume, and then he just walks away, and then he's like, "Oh, no,
Awkward.
no," he sprayed perfume, and then he says like, "Oh, now you're beautiful," and he just left. She leaves her like drenched and whipped. I don't know the story. This is so good. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's just that shit made my day. It was so fucking funny.
No, you want to leave it at that, I guess, because that was a really fucking story. Anyone finds that story again, do please share it down in the comments. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think it was like on the Reddit, like was it r/today I fucked up. You guys can probably like find that story there if you guys want to read it. It's a really good read. Really funny.
All
But
right,
yeah,
well, you want to end it here?
unless you have something to say.
No, if I start ranting about something else, we'll. But
Was that?
yeah, if I start ranting about something else, we'll definitely stay here for additional now. So I think I'm good.
Yeah,
All right, well, I guess
yeah,
we definitely
so
got derailed from the old people thing, but um, so yeah, I guess this is gonna be old people, stupid people, high school
teacher.
teachers, and what was the first thing we talked about? Whatever the fuck that is. All right, well, thank you for listening. I hope you've had some enjoyable time listening to these dumbass stories. And yeah, again, thanks for listening. Have a good one.